Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back. It's been a whole few weeks since we've done this. Welcome back to week one of semester two of the Australian Esports University League CS:GO action. Your eyes are watching it this evening. It's going to be a fantastic time. I'm joined tonight by its 2SBS, my man. How are we doing? Welcome back. Haven't seen you here for a while. Last semester was just me and Imp running the show, but we've got a few more of you boys back, and yeah, looking forward to a bit of CS tonight, I assume.
Yeah, absolutely. Very keen to see how some of this action goes. Of course, both of these teams keen as ever to get into this game, try and, show off their best talent, show off their best skills. Very much looking forward to see what kind of show these teams put on tonight, and it should be quite the fun one.
Yes, and if you're wondering, the two teams we've got this evening are, of course, the Trobe Eagles and the very lovely named Willy's Oompa Loompas, who are from the University of Sydney. We were sort of deciding up of who we were going to call them. Were we going to call them University of Sydney? Was it Willy's Oompa Loompas? Well, we just got to call them Oompa Loompas. There's a lot of choices up in the air. So please, tell us in the chat as well which one we should use, because I'm sure that you guys might have a bit more of an idea than we do in that regard. But yeah, so both the teams just getting ready at the moment. They're waiting in the server, and we were going to go through the map list. Mr. 2SBS, good sir, could you tell us what the veto looks like?
Yeah, so the veto coming out here, it does seem that it is going to be the first map being Mirage, and then we should be seeing second pick coming out as Vertigo. So that should be very interesting to see both of those maps, kind of. Mirage in particular, very much a map that we've seen a lot of teams come out and pick, and just kind of that map that it seems everyone has played to death at this point, but for good reason. And Vertigo, of course, a newer entry to a lot of teams' map pools in the last year or so, but now we're starting to see a lot more teams pick it up and really define the meta of how it all goes down, how teams are all playing it out, and well, with that, should see some interesting strategies and interesting compositions come together over there, but should be a very interesting bout as well. We should be getting ready to go into game rather shortly, but before we do that, we've got some sponsors that we need to thank for helping to put this show on all together for us. So we've got AOC for the best viewing experience. AOC is a global leader in monitor display technology. For more than 50 years, AOC has delivered an exceptional viewing experience to millions of loyal customers worldwide. Today, the company offers a wide selection of stylish monitors for home, office, or gaming. Thank you to AOC. Also thanks to Chatime for fresh iced tea. Try the new range today at your local store. Chatime is the fastest growing iced tea franchise in Australia. There are over 120 Chatime tea breweries with a commitment to quality ingredients and mix-ins and a flair for innovative flavor combinations to brew nothing but the very best iced teas. Thanks to Indomie as well, our noodle partner. Feed your game, try out any of their flavors today. Indomie noodles are made from carefully selected ingredients, the best quality flour, and fresh spices from the natural resources of Indonesia, giving it a unique and delicious taste. As a result of Indomie's success, their range has expanded to 14 different products. And finally, thank you to Rig, our headset partner. What it takes to win. Rig develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the Rig team and enhance your gaming experience. Thank you to those sponsors for helping put this show possible. Be sure to show them some love for making this all happen.
Yes, very nice. Do love all of our sponsors because they allow us to get paid, and they, they show off a few things. I mean, Chatime does provide us with some drinks, usually during the grand finals, which are a few weeks away now, but I'm already just thinking about what I could possibly grab from them when the time does come. But yeah, so thank you to all of our sponsors there. We are just getting ready to get into the action. Both the teams just waiting on a few ready-ups, a few players just getting their gaming mouses sets all together, and they should be getting underway fairly soon. But to us, I mean, we're first season. Oh, sorry, well, let's say first season. It's week one. Season 2, there's a lot that needs to be sort of discovered from these first few games. Do you have any idea with a lot of these players? I know you weren't here last season, but going off previous ones and just in general, some of these guys, of course, have always been around towards the amateur scenes of CSGO in Australia. Do you see anything that might be happening here at all that is, especially like the Trobe and the Willy Oompa Loompas? The Trobe last season actually weren't in, but they were the season before. So, I guess, from your point of view, is there anyone that you look at these players that you might think that would be sort of standing out in that regard?
I think that in general, there's probably a fair few newer players coming into this, and that's, you know, with the university league like this, where it's kind of opening up the ground for a new talent to come through and to try out and experiment. There's very much so this kind of level where people are just kind of getting used to it and playing in a competitive environment for the first time. So there definitely are going to be some newcomers along these 10 players that we'll see tonight. But it should be very interesting to see in that sense that, you know, a lot of newer players and a lot of fresh talent can certainly deliver. So we should be going in very shortly, just getting the knife round done. The sides have already been decided by the veto, so we'll be seeing the players just type in kill in console to get that one all sorted out, but it should be going live very, very shortly.
Yes, it is always a shame when we don't get to see the knife round. That's one of the things I actually do quite enjoy, is casting the knife rounds, because they are a bit of fun to do. We don't get it today. Yep. Slightly unfortunate. Maybe someday. Maybe someday will happen. But as right now, nice. We're getting ready to start this one. Both the teams getting their binds in and just putting the stuff down. And I believe it's looking like Trobe will be starting on the CT side here. All these Oompa Loompas will be starting on the T side. Mirage, of course, I mean, you could, as you were saying, sort of become like that stable map like Dust 2, which, you know, it's played over and over again. Can become a bit stale with how it goes, but it still is a very confident and great map in the CSGO, I guess, pool. And we'll be moving on to Vertigo as well for the second one. But as we are now, we're getting ready for round number 1. It's the Trobe Eagles, Willy Oompa Loompas. You're with the AEL Uni season, semester 2, week 1, and here we go.
Yeah, right off the bat here, we're going to see a bit of a split push. A couple players just throwing some util out towards B to try and sell the fake. Only one player playing, that being Basic, just sitting back, and we'll get that first shot on the contact, walking small to fall down. Rory now taking contact, falling back to try to go in lowers. Meanwhile, his team just running out over towards that A site, but all the players falling down. Jonathan going to connect that last shot, and Willy Wonka left as the last one standing, but won't be standing for very long. The Trobe Eagles are just going to be able to come in, clean that up, not even have to retake it really, as they're already on the site, and just completely shut that bomb from going down.
Yeah, just a really solid round there. You can't really complain if you're a Latrobe Eagle player there. 5 kills, 0 deaths, and now all of that util guns getting picked up for this second round. Meanwhile, all these Oompa Loompas still look like it's going to be just a couple of smokes, keeping those Glocks and no armor, so basically pretty much a save at this point. Maybe might pick up a couple of kills if they're lucky. Chance going to pick up that first one on the walking smalls. They're trying to push up towards Short and Danth, and that nade is going to be landing right on top of Rory, and already we've still got a minute 30 left in the round, but it is a 5v3.
Yeah, a bit of map control being established over towards Apps by Mura, but getting spotted out by Majin and then getting tagged down to 0 by Basic will nullify that. Now 2 players left, just with these Glocks. They just want to be able to get the bomb down, try and get that extra income if they can. The problem is that these CTs are all over the bomb sites, so it's going to be quite difficult to get an opening. But if they're even able to take one gun here, that'd be pretty massive. Unfortunately, Basic all the way pushed up here will find that first headshot and connect the spray to find himself the 3k and get that one done and dusted. The Oompa Loompas not able to get a bomb plan on either of the first 2 rounds, but they will be able to get enough money to go for a full buy, get themselves some AKs, get themselves some util, and set themselves up for this next one.
Yeah, probably would have liked that bomb plant down so they could have picked up a bit more util pushing into this round. You can see Willy Wonka not having any utility. Very unfortunate for a man that owns such a large chocolate factory. You'd expect him to have a bit more money. Unfortunately, he's sitting at 150 at the moment after spending basically everything on just AK and armor. And again, it's push up from short there from Chan. He's already going in towards their margin. To fall back slightly there, but trying to take mid control this time. They want to make sure that they can at least get that, possibly find a pick here. This will be big towards Barnum. There it is. Naruto and Willy Wonka both picking up kills. 5v3. Earl will be able to get one back, but he looks like he's going to be stuck in towards this position. I say that, Earl, and now Jaffa shakes, and just like that, it's been switched around. Naruto gets one back, but they're left in a 2v2.
Make that 2v1 as Rory comes swinging in the other side and manages to get behind them. All that CT mid presence absolutely playing against them as the Oompa Loompas are able to finally close in and make it happen. They lost some players early, but despite that, we're able to somehow just get things all the way turned around. Now 2-1. Little Trobe Eagles able to buy up once again, but gonna have to surround that buy with some Thamuses rather than some M4s, so they have a little bit less money to play with. They're still going for a pretty heavy mid-presence, playing 2 players there. One swinging over towards Con will take some early damage onto Mura, but will fall back. Meanwhile, the Oompa Loompas still on this mid-aggression and will commit hard to it. All 5 players charging forward as they finally find that pick on towards short. Maybe even spot one in Con.
Oh.
That will happen, but Jaffa Cakes going to be able to trade back with the 3K. We'll be looking for some more heads, but that's still absolutely going to change things here. 2 kills coming out. Trying to get a bit more. But around the triple box will be quite difficult, as it seems these players are just still circling in. A minute left, and the Oompa Loompas will be trying to find whatever they can. That bomb now charging up towards short by itself will get down, and that will cause a problem.
2v2 now. Jaffa a 3k, one of them being his teammate in this round. Somebody picking up towards stairs will take him down. The problem is the bomb is still stuck down towards short. And Basic does have the chance to try and hold this off. 40 seconds on the clock. They're going to try and rotate back towards top mid and then push up that short position. As Basic has gone trying to sit back towards market, so he's sort of just waiting for them to push into it. They could still rotate to A if they wanted. Depends how quickly they pick this up. 29 seconds. They might just commit fully to the B. Basic holding that angle there just outside of market. And yeah, that's what they're going to do. So they're going to go back to the A side now. Bomb should be able to go down with a few seconds to spare. And now 2v1, Basic, no utility, does have the 46 HP. It's going to be a very difficult 2v1 if he wants to pull this off.
Yeah, it definitely is, although walking small, being down at 15 HP, and where they're playing this could lend him a bit of an advantage if he's able to win that opening duel. Still a tall order though, as he hasn't been able to spot anything out, but they've got a good idea of where his position can be. Quick flash from walking to come out to enable his teammate to peek forward. That swing will come out, but basically hide behind. Now the swing coming, and we'll be able to find that opener, but time ticking away here. No kid in hand, and we'll just have to back off it. Basic will be going for the retreat, as walking small also has to fall away. Now the score getting tied up 2-2 as the Oompa Loompas take another round. But I will say though, that definitely did look a bit scary, especially when that bomb got dropped up on short like that. Not sure what that peak was coming out, but they did manage to turn it around. It's just fortunate for them that Basic wasn't there on close contact to be able to just swing them as they were retrieving it, really.
Yeah, getting him out of the way really helped them get that round at the end. If he was still alive and actually got one of those kills as well left in the 1v1, could have been a completely different story. As it stands though, 2-2 after 4. And now it's the Trobe who are a bit short on the money. Basic as that AK saved over from last round. As it looks like his aim. Push. Rory gets dinked up. He will be able to finish him off as Masani back towards mid. He'll get Basic. So the AK's gone. Oh, with a lovely deagle shot right into Naruto. And now 4v3 situation. They still hold the cards here, do the Oompa Loompas. They just want to be careful. They don't want to be giving up themselves for free here. There's 2 sitting on the A side. TCT-wise, that's what I mean. Small goes walking into connector, gets good from both sides. And there could be another one here as well. Who gets that? He doesn't quite. Masumi will get the trade back. So the whole advantage, 3v2. But still, could be a very scary round here if they're not careful.
Rory being able to finally pick up that pick as well will enable a bit of a passage over to this A site. Jaffa Cakes tries to deny a bomb plant, swinging out from pallets where he's been hiding this whole time, but isn't quite able to get it. Now the Oompa Loompas able to take themselves that third round and win the anti-eco. And Jaffa Cakes just wanting to hope that they can pretend that that didn't happen. Pretty sure he got hurt out early or something like that over in Palace, and that gave away his position. But hey, look, just a pistol round where Latrobe had eco. Not too much done. But what will happen there instead is the early trade as the quick A swings come out. LT will be able to find one in return to make it a 4-on-3, but that bomb should be able to make its way to the site. Mura pushing up nice and close in towards CT. Will even spot one. Goes for the quick reload to retake his bomb.
Pop Fash is perfect as well as Rory picks up LT, and now it's just left on Jaffa Cakes in a 1v3. It has the AWP, but no utility, no kit, no armor. So he's going for the hero player with the AWP this round. It's most likely that he'll probably want to save if he can. The problem is he's sort of stuck in here towards that sniper's region, and now has to sort of make a decision. They're not really going to give him anything here. No, the Oompa Loompas, they're just holding their angles, waiting for someone to push in, and now he'll start to get away. He has to sort of go up through mid, and he's starting to get pushed on if he's not careful. Oh my god. Oh. On top of each other, Jaffa does get small. I wasn't entirely sure what was going to happen there, as we've got a timeout being called here from Trobe. They've won the first 2, but they've dropped the next 4. As the Oompa Loompas, they start to gain a bit of ascendancy, and they're starting to get a bit of bank as well. You see 7,400 on Monson. He does have to buy back up. This is Willy Wonka, but even if they lose this round, should be an easy buy into the next. And if they can get this one as well, that advantage, it just turns into a steamroll.
Certainly, it's a good thing he was able to get away with that orb, though. Definitely the right call to be able to just back off and not go for that pretty impossible 1v3. Even if his team are mostly broke around him, they're on full loss bonus, so they should be able to have a pretty good income coming in regardless, and as a result, they're just going to be kind of forcing around it, and they should be able to buy up for the most part in the next round and get themselves back up solidly. So if they're able to get some picks and some damage in this round, certainly will help their chances of being able to bounce back strong. It's just going to be a straight up B rush coming out. No Molotov, no nades to come forward. Instead, just a pick coming out from Basic. The trade goes out from Mura, though. Tagged down to 1 HP, but will be able to get out on that site. Jaffa Cake's going to be able to find 1 pick, watching from the market as Rory taps away on that short position. That bomb now finally getting planted. Quick nade coming out from Jaffa as well will finally take Mura out, and Willy Wonka will be left in this 1 versus 2, just cowering in the corner, but will be able to swing out. Almost finds that first one, but is unable to connect any of the shot to a fatal position. Instead, the retake will be able to come out, but that's a huge round coming from the Trobe Eagles, especially on that kind of buy, to be able to make it all the way through in the end there, especially coming from Jaffa Cakes, pulling off the 4K with that orb.
And that, kids, is why you save weapons. If you're stuck in a situation like a 1v3, you save it over to the next round if you can. Jaffa Cakes does that, and 4 kills with it, and he's on 8 at the moment, leading all comers on his team and equaling that with Rory over on the Willy's Oompa Loompas. 4-3, and as we were saying before, Oompa still able to buy into this round. There's an immediate pusher from Rory. He's taking a nade straight to the face, so down to 63 HP as he's picking out towards A main. Rory sitting up towards top mid, but the rest of the Oompa Loompa boys chilling towards this A site. And now it just becomes a waiting game for that smoke to go, and what time they sort of want to push on for a default A, if that's what they're looking for. I say that Rory's already got Imagine up towards top mid as well. That's a big pick. Gives him a lot of time to sort of look towards Connector. It means that they're distracted as well, Trobe, as the Oompa Loompas start to push into the A site.
Nice early pick coming out from Danathan. Make it a second as well, turning around. Find yet another. Mura looking to try and finally find that trade. There it is. But needs to do a bit more as these players start to rotate back around. Fully committed. Basic still going to be on that B site, but Ulti will be able to find a kill regardless as Rory starts to sneak up from Con. Now the retake is on 2 versus 3, and Mura looking to try and go huge here. Will spot 1, finds the headshot, dropping back down. Has a good idea of where another one of these players is. Walking small, has his CT covered more or less, and will spot jump up onto the box. Jaffa Cakes looking to try and hit a close range shot, open things up, but will not be able to connect as of yet. Basic will help him out though. Mura trapped in the corner with the AWP, not exactly the weapon you need.
Oh, no kit.
But without a kit, they've been able to hold off for just long enough. He does pick one up, but not in time.
Oh, well, we were saying the other round, you know, that's why you save guns. That's also why you buy a kit when you've got the money for it. That is so unfortunate for Jaffa. And he was searching for one on the ground as well, because he knew one of his teammates had it, but just took too long to grab it. And I mean, a good delay in the end there from the Oompa Loompas, just holding on site for as long as possible, and it pays dividends. 5-3. They go back to that 2-round advantage, and now the Trobe Eagles just all on Deagles. Has to push up short, just a rush here as quickly as possible on towards his B side. They didn't quite smoke off to Connector. They will get through. Willy Wonka taking a bit of damage there. And now it's just pushing on the side. That Molotov, that's a team molly. Oh my god, that's going to burn small if he's not careful there. We say that small Monsini, they get those kills. They're still holding the advantage here. 44. Actually, is there a team kill there? There may have been a team kill.
Yeah. Yep. Danathan, though, going to be doing damage to the opposite team with that Deagle coming out here. Rory now left in a 1-on-2 all of a sudden. These players just trying to surround and overwhelm him. But as the peak comes out one by one, he will be able to connect those shots. Last one coming through the broken wall there. And Rory will be able to make it number 6 for Willy's Oompa Loompas.
That is a lovely little shot there from Rory. Not to say Latrobe Eagles didn't give a good account of themselves that round. 5 deagles. Sometimes, I don't know, just pistols against an actual full buy. It does wonders. It does wonders. And almost came off there for Latrobe guys as they now have this full buy again. So Balls and Jaffa both have the AWPs out. So not really much utility for either of them as this pushing towards the outside. They're just going really fast here. Danton on side though. He gets 1, 2, possibly looking for a 3rd here. He'll be shut down not before Jaffa gets another one as well. Maru and Rory getting some trades back. 3v2 and the bomb will start to go down. Jaffa looking up and straight through the box there. Hits that one now. Rory just a smoke in hand. This AK, he needs to go absolutely huge. He's pulled off some very nice kills so far and he clutched out the 1v2 last round. He needs to go above and beyond. Gets one there. The deagle comes out. He gets the shot in towards their margin. Gets a tag, but that is all. And Latrobe, they fight back there. 4-6 now. It's going to be after 10 and they keep this one fairly even.
At the very least, able to get themselves a bomb plant, the Oompa Loompas, and get themselves out onto that site with the Waterfall Palace call, but not quite working in the favor they anticipated. The problem there being that once they lost those players, they didn't really have much power to be able to get themselves back in for the post plants. But still, overall, pulling off a solid game, especially Rory at the moment, sitting 14-6 in the KD department, and will be dropping 147 ADR, which is absolutely impressive. His team still, regardless, going to be dropped down to pistols, having to buy these Tech 9s, and they will just be going in for a straight B-rush. Probably the right call to make with these weapons, as you can see by that. Willy Wonka able to just run and gun it. LT and Imagine will be able to find kills in return, but they got the primary objective, that being the bomb plant. And now, whatever they can get after that is just a neat little bonus. Willy Wonka trying to connect some AWP shots, but won't be able to in the end. Still rather nice, though, and it definitely will mean they'll have quite a lot of money in the next round.
Yeah, it was a nice burst on towards that B site. The smoke down, a couple of flashes, and Basic was just completely blind to that. They get the bomb plant. I mean, that's what they're after, a bit of economy boost. You can see most of the players now sitting around that $5,000 mark, which means they can get those AKs. They can get the body armor and most of the util that they're after. Meanwhile, the Trobe Eagles, they still... I was going to say, they still saved over the 2 AWPs, I believe. I think Basic has one sitting on the ground. No, I think... Yep, there it is. It's come back onto the screen there. But yeah, so the 2 AWPs means it does make it a bit more difficult for these pushes on towards the site, and it means they can look towards holding that top mid a bit better. And as you can look at that, Jaffa immediately onto Monzomi to make that a 4v5. We've only gone about 20 seconds into the round.
He's going to throw himself what's effectively a neat little one-way as well, smoking out that Molotov, getting himself in that top position. They're already going to be burning away in the A main. That'll force him out onto the other side where he'll find that pick onto Danathan. Jaffa Cakes getting ready for the refrag, sitting on the other side. Quick smoke to come out, and will play rather aggressive with this AWP. Going to be able to connect that shot. 3 versus 3 as Mura will be able to shoot the back of Imagine, who thinks to rotate away, drawn away by the fake that Rory was able to kind of sell. Basic also going to fall down, rotating back over through window. And now Jaffa Cakes left in the 1v3, and I think he's just going to opt to save the AWP here.
Yeah, no one on the Latrobe Eagles team really having that much money. The Nathan, 2,450 is the leading one there, but not really going to get too much after this round as the bomb will tick down to its logical conclusion. Yeah, it's a good round now. They're just selling that A fake there from Rory. He gets the 1 kill, does get taken down there from Jaffa Cakes, but it causes the rotate there from Margin. Just unfortunately picked the wrong time to look away from window. The swing out there from Rory cakes him down. And the Oompa Loompas, they continue to hold this 2-round advantage, and they also get themselves a nice upgrade there with the AWP, which was just chilling and snipers.
Worth noting as well that this is the Oompa Loompas map pick. Latrobe Eagles picked Vertigo for our map number 2, which we'll be seeing shortly after this one. But clearly goes to show that, you know, they're very much prepared here with a game plan, and, you know, they're able to take away a bit of an advantage going into the second half if things continue like this, still having that round advantage and able to just maintain that gap so far. Now we see them going into more of a collective default here, just playing some players over towards A and B and just looking for picks, really. Meanwhile, the Eagles playing a little bit aggressive here, especially Jonathan not going to be able to spot Rory as that smoke clears. He won't anticipate it whatsoever. Rory goes for the trade. Will be able to find it, but LT will find one back. Man advantage still laying the way of the Latrobe Eagles 3-4. But the Oompa Loompas, they're able to find a pick back and maybe recollect off this. Able to do something. Willy is certainly going to try. It does push in towards this B site and get some more of that map control. Imagine now scrambling to try and get back up onto it. Spotted out and will be called. But either way, this bomb should be going towards this B site. Willy Wonka will fall down, but the remainder of the players will be pushing in shortly.
Because Willy was out in the side so early, the rest of his team is still trying to get that bomb, still playing those default positions. And Margin is in the corner, sits down, pulls out the deagle, puts the bullet right in the Walking Small's head. And that is going to be the 6th round there for Latrobe Eagles. Speaking of Walking Small, 0, 0, and 11. Not exactly the most productive first half he probably would have wanted. I'm not sure if he's actually gotten a kill so far. There have been some team kills, so that might have happened there, but be hoping to try and get going here as we move into round number 14. It's just going to be pistols, Tech 9s across the board with a 1 Deagle and a Glock there as well. Oh, the P250, I should say. One Sani, but again, they'll be just trying to look for this bomb plant. Possibly pick up a few kills if Latrobe look to get aggressive towards them. But yeah, playing this sort of default again, which is interesting. I'm surprised they've been sort of aggressive trying to do these pushes on towards side. I'm surprised they didn't try it with the Deagles or the pistols again here. Sort of trying it now is going towards the speed time. Jaffa gets one. Rory with a trade back, but he's immediately going to lose one of his players. There's Willy Wonka goes down to Nathan, and now looking small in towards Palace, looking towards Jaffa. Case at Deagle ringing out. Unfortunately, not really connecting. Popping up in here as well, trying to hunt him down. It's just a standoff back and forth. Nathan will finish that one off. 4v1, and Rory does have an AK. But a very hard task to try and finish this off. He gets one. A chance for a second there. Nathan pulls back just a bit. He splits the head there of Magin. Gets him down to low HP. Another one onto Nathan. Oh, this could be something here, Rory. He's a bit low. He's got the 3k in the round. No head arm. And swooping up. But LT swinging out from stairs. Takes him down. Latrobe even it back up at 7 apiece. And they're looking very nice here at the moment.
Yep, tying themselves back up once again. The Oompa Loompas not able to get that plant down in this one. Worth noting as well, the Walking Small is playing with a little bit extra ping, currently showing at 122, so maybe he's lagging a little bit or
that's
something
probably
like
not
that,
helping.
So, yeah, it definitely doesn't help when you got that extra bit of ping and extra bit of latency, but it is what it is, and his team will persevere regardless, especially Rory right now, who has been definitely making up for it. Able to find these 2 opening frags on this A site, maybe making it a 3, taking that fight onto Jaffa Cakes. Basic will be trying to rotate back around towards Short to help him out. Finds one onto Mura. Willy Wonka goes for the trade, but is unable to get it. Now 3 versus 2, but the Oompa Loompas know where both of these CT players are. Walking Small, going to be bringing that bomb around to that A site and will be able to get that plant uncontested. Jaffa Cakes and Basic left on this retake. Will be able to find one just lurking around in mid, but the trade comes out. Basic just looking to do whatever he can on this stairs position.
Rory, 3k in the round already. Walking Small sitting on towards the side here, looking for their first kill of the first half, and they pick it up right at the very end. And the Woolies Oompa Loompas, they will take an 8-7 advantage into our second half here. Just the one between them. And, well, just look at that. Just like that. We get straight into the pistols again here. Latrobe, they'll be pretty happy with that CT side, and they now have an opportunity here on the the University of Sydney's map picked to try and get this one done. It's going to be immediate B rush here as they're going straight through in towards it. That nade's going to do a bit of damage on the Dolsack and Noob. Meanwhile, Monsani will take down Nathan, showing towards that short margin with a trade back. Masani's got 2 though already in this round. Getting pushed on there by Margin, but another one from Masani being pushed from behind. Finally will go down. Rory though with another one there, and now it's left in the 1v1. Basic and Willy Wonka, the bombers down towards short. Who will come out on top in this situation here?
Basic spots Willy Wonka out, but not going to be able to land any of these shots. The health advantage certainly going the way of Wonka, who will just be ducking and weaving around the cover here. And we'll be just watching the cross towards the bomb. But Basic trying to come up behind, just sneaking with the crouch walk. Will finally spot his back. Just waits to line the shot up, but the head turns around. Still will finally be able to get it, though. Kind of a weird way to do it, but it comes out for the Latrobe Eagles in the end. 8-8, tying things up that pistol round. Now able to get themselves up on this buy here. Just going to be getting some Galils and an AK. And we'll be looking to just take this and get another bomb plant. Try and widen that score advantage as much as they can. Turn things back around.
I honestly thought he was about to get major CSGO there for a second as the CT rush up towards mid at the moment. Jaffa gets one, but Willy Wonka with the immediate trade. And the USP push up through mid seems to have paid dividends in that situation. An AK rich or Galil retrieved as well. He's going to go down there as Imagine will pick that one up. Rory trying to come up from stairs there. It will be taken down as well, 4v2. And now left in this situation here. There's not really a lot Wonka and Walking Small will do. He does manage to pick up that Galil on the ground, but probably just looking for damage more than anything. Make sure the Trobe possibly have to have a couple of players rebuy into this one, or maybe just save the Galil. And focus on a bit more utility than the next. Spots out Earl there as well. He's going to be taken down, or Walking Small I should say. He's going to be taken down from that one. Wonka trying to get away. Margin coming in from the top of mid. We'll finish him off. 9-8. Latrobe take the lead here after being down for most of this game so far.
It's a shame he wasn't able to get that Galil, because if he was able to back away with it, that would be just one less gun that the Oompa Loompas wouldn't have to buy up, and they wouldn't have to dig so deep into their money, be able to get a bit more util and a bit more. Realistically, should have just backed off from that one, but that's okay. They're able to get a buy regardless, and now the Trobe Eagles are going to be able to just push through over towards this A site, throwing their exec out early. Rory goes for a quick peek, and Walking Small will be able to come up big here, finding that one kill, but unable to land the spray for another. Jack will be jumping across and finds another one. Basic also helping out by taking out Monsani, and now all of a sudden it's a 2-on-4, but Willy Wonka finds a nice little lineup. Doesn't manage to get the second or deny the plant though. Now the Oompa Loompas on for the retake. Wonka tagged down, but still quite a fair bit of util to go. Nades and flashes, couple of smokes as well might be able to help out. That nade's going to go straight onto Earl and take him out. Absolutely huge coming out. Imagine getting tagged as well and leaving it all down to Basic. Now position given away, 5 HP. Mora just going to tap the bomb and will be able to bait him out. And should be able to get that defuse just in time as well.
This is going to be very, very close here. Half a second on the clock. Mura clutches it out. And a wonderful retake there from the Oompa Loompas, that Willy Wonka nade, giving them the opportunity to push into that 2v2 situation, and they finish it off very nicely indeed. A few of them have to rebuy, of course, into it, but now 2 M4A4s, 2 M4A1Ss, and also the FAMAS on Walking Small. Meanwhile, Latrobe still having a decent buy across the board. Have to sacrifice a bit of utility, but I mean, the AWP's out and 3 AKs, so they've still got a fair amount of pushing towards this round here. They're going straight up towards Connector. Monsani gets taken down. Snipers and Nathan pushing through, and now Wonka looking towards that connecting area is going to be taken down as Basic puts him on the ground. The last 2 CTs towards the B side. Mura will shut down Margin, but now they've got to make their way all the way to A as this bomb starts to go down.
Basic going for the quick peek over towards CT. We'll be able to find that one. Walking Small finds one back though on a Danathan, but his position, of course, given away by that. Still just playing around the jungle, but will be trapped in there as Jaffa Cakes just comes up behind. And Latrobe Eagles able to take the round advantage once again. 10-9, as they're looking rather strong as Willy's Oompa Loompas. They're going to have to just go for a bit of a force here, or maybe just save their money. It looks like Wonka's going to buy it up and go for the full force, but his team not so much. Going to be opting to just save their money, go for USPs. Deagle on Rory, he had a bit of extra money to play with, so that's completely understandable, but regardless, the Trobe Eagles just going to be taking that top mid presence and putting a player over toward A main as well. Jaffa Cakes trying to get out with a pick, but is unable to. And now all that A control is taken very heavily by the Oompa Loompas, even extending all the way to the T-spawn. The problem is that now they're losing players over towards mid, and that will open up a pathway to try and get this bomb planted. B control all the way going to them. 2 players left, just playing around. connector, and now CT. Murat gonna get taken out as Walking Small tries to deny the plant on B.
Well, the two P250 and him doesn't have an opportunity if they don't clear this out into Nathan. He starts to put it down, but he's aware. And he could be waiting around that area, fakes the bomb plant, and puts down Small. 11-9, Latrobe starting to build their own advantage here. Money looking pretty good as well. And as you can see here, they've got the sort of full buy for the Oompa Loompas, but Wonka's going to be pretty short in this situation, although it could be a buy towards him, where he's just going to basically stick with a pistol. Does have the M4, so it's going to be Small sticking with the Deagle, so they have to sacrifice there. He's got no body armor, no utility, just the Deagle in this situation. As already the pushing towards top mid begins. Pushing out there, Mosani from snipers. The Molotov does miss, but the smoke should stop any sort of peeking. But then the every bit of utility just missed snipers, unfortunately, there. Meanwhile, though, Noob and Denathan get those picks there towards more that B mid side. Denathan will get another one, at least one back there. Just like that, basic again, just swinging out, and just every time that he's been doing that, he's just getting a free kill because there's just that presence towards connector they need to check. The bomb going down an A now and again. Two of the Oompa Loompa boys waiting over towards this B side, and at this point, it's more about saving. Well, I was going to say trying to save at least, but when Sami holding the angle, Denathan swings straight into it, takes them out. Now it's just Willy Wonka left in a 1v4, trying to save this AK.
Yeah, pretty much all he's able to do, really. 13 HP, doesn't have much on him, but that's still a pretty good save. You know, he's got the armor and helmet. He's got himself a smoke and a kit. And of course, the AK, you know, helps out a little bit, but problem is that his team doesn't really have too much money around them. They've got 3 out of 4 for the loss bonus, so they should be able to get a bit of money coming up. Still should be a bit of a tight buy, and well, with Jaffa Cakes just spraying wildly all around the apps, we'll finally connect that last shot and be able to take it away. The Oompa Loompas unable to get themselves up on a full buy here, but they should be able to get just some pistols, maybe a bit of armor to just go around, try and take a bit more damage. Meanwhile, the Latrobe Eagles continuing on this round win streak. That was 3 in a row, and they're hoping to go for 4. Couple SMGs actually coming out from the Oompa Loompas as they're looking to take a lot more damage over towards mid. Quick swings coming out from Rory, who will find that first frag. Really to try and help him out. Earlty will be able to get around the other side, take out Walking Small, but that bomb will get dropped in the control of the CTs. Jaffa Cakes will take 1, but this is still looking pretty good for the Oompa Loompas in a round like this.
They've done a fair amount of damage. The kill's starting to go towards the Trobe here, and now Rory just stuck towards top mid. Not much he can do. For what they had, not too bad there, and now the full bar will need to come in, but this is now becoming a very important round, this gun round. Oompa Loompas dropped this one, 14-9, and most likely not really going to be having the funds for the next round either, so it does become a very difficult situation for them. Trobe just went out there.
Monsiani gonna try and find something over towards mid there, but we'll be unable to land shots. Basic instead gonna be coming back around with that pick onto Rory. That's Nathan trying to just push over towards a side, and we'll be able to find that pick onto Walking Small, who's just trying to go up and down the ladder, play Ring Around the Rosies, but vertically there. And will be unable to get out in the end. Now, the bomb will start to swing its way back around as the take should come in. The Oompa Loompa is not fully committed to the rotate yet. Monsiani now going to fall down as Mura will be able to come back in, find 1 pick, make it 2. Going to be in the 1-on-2 now nonetheless. Still has some idea where these players could be. Throws a high flash to get himself over. Not aware that there's a player right in that smoke as it clears. They're able to get out in a favorable position, but Ulti not going to get spotted in the same instance there. And now the Latrobe Eagles just able to close that one out. A very nice attempt coming out from Mura AU, but not quite enough to get another round on the board.
Yeah, very good attempt in that 1v4. Unfortunately, they need to be getting those rounds if they want to stay in this contest at the moment, and they have decided to buy into this round pretty much. It's going to be just sort of a mixed buy all around. 1 M4A1S and M4A4, 2 MP9s and the FAMAS. A bit low in utility, but already towards this A side. LT picking up that first one. Have this advantage, and Rory, he's going back towards that A side. Unfortunately, gets picked off from top mid. Naruto, or Mura, I should add, We'll be able to get a trade back, but just so that they're just holding this advantage, getting these early picks here, Trobe, making it so difficult for the Oompa Loompas to really be able to hold down a site, getting caught on the roadsides as well as the bomb now heading over to a pretty much open B site. Only hearing what's going on now, but Nathan already holding that angle pushed up so far, and we'll be able to get that bomb down. And again, well, Mura, he could attempt the 1v4 if he wants, but it's probably a better idea to probably just try and save that AWP so they have some sort of weaponry in towards this last round. It's a really difficult situation to be in here.
That's pretty impossible 1v4, and now as the guns keep piling in and the swings keep coming out from the Latrobe Eagles, he's not even going to be able to get away with the save there. That ball's going to get dropped nicely over towards the top of mid as the Latrobe Eagles very much so pulling ahead on their T side. That's 6 rounds in a row, and the Oompa Loompas only able to get 1 round so far on their CT side. This is absolutely the point of no return here. They need this round is do or die. They're forcing up, of course, to try and do it, but even so, their buy is pretty scattered. Quick flash from Nathan out. It doesn't quite land, so he's going to throw another one. Mura going to be just able to find that pick as Imagine pushes in by himself over on apps and will fall down. That's exactly the type of man advantage they need to hold on to here if they want to pull ahead and get themselves up onto double digits. The Loompas is going to be playing around this mid. Monsiani able to find one, but he's going to be trapped away in that corner there as the Trobe Eagles able to trade it out. Finally, Rory with the AWP pick, though, will leave it a nice 4-on-2 basic. Though, coming around, oh, that is brutal. Willy Wonka going to be hurt as well as he breaks the vent. Will still be able to connect that one. Now down to Earl T in the 1-on-3. We'll get taken out in the end.
Yeah, finishing that off. A nice attempt there from Basic. He's been jumping around all over the place with that AWP. Unfortunately, can only get the 1 kill on the Trobe. Drop that round. The Oompa Loompas keep us alive for another, and looking like they might have 3 AWPs over on their CT side now. So I'm assuming 1 for mid, 1 for A, 1 for B would be the idea here, or maybe have 2 up in towards snipers, and could be an opportunity if they want to. The flash out towards mid from Jeffrey. He's going to be meeting a lot of AWP fire if he's not too careful. The amount of Nathan towards this A side just swings on out and takes the Masami, and that is pretty much the A side really open here. Rory is going to have to move it as quickly as possible. The problem is that he's just losing his own teammates all around him. Maru will get one back there. Unfortunately, though, he's sort of just left down these situations. He does still have walking small. Needs to try and get something here. This King is not helping his spray control, but we'll be able to get that one down. 2v2 situation. They're still keeping themselves in this one here, but the angles now, and LT will pick up the first one, and now Small left in a 1v2 situation. Needs to clutch out this round if they want to keep the Oompa Loompas in this situation. He gets margin. He does have an opportunity. Slowly just sort of getting that shoulder pick. Let's see if he can bait the shot out. Manages to do it. Defuse starts to come in as he's walking forward, looking to spray down, but LT holds his nerve and gets it done. 16-10. Latrobe do it easy on the T side, and we'll take the first map, their opponent's map pick, in a pretty convincing fashion there towards the end.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the end, that just completely turned around really as soon as the Eagles were able to get themselves up on that T side. They're absolutely just able to show up and dominate, really. I think the fact that they were able to just win all those rounds, unfortunate to come out from the Oompa Loompas as the CT hold not quite working the way they anticipated, but, you know, that's just the way things go, and they're going to be able to take that one. Yeah, 16-10. Quite the show being put on, but the show will continue on our second map, Vertigo. That's going to be the pick of the Latrobe Eagles, I do believe. So quite nice for them to be able to take their opponent's map pick and then go on to the second map with that behind them. Just kind of sets the mood for the whole thing, really. Very interesting and very, very fun game coming out, of course, from both of these teams, and a lot of interesting plays, a lot of fun stuff coming out as well. Quick shout-outs as well while we're here to our sponsors, Chatime Australia, our bubble tea partner, AOC Monitors, the monitor partner, Indomie, the noodle partner, and Rig, the headset partner, for making this show possible. We should be getting underway with our map number 2 rather shortly, and I'm very excited to see what will come out.
Yeah, should be a good map, but before we do that, we are going to go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we return, it's going to be map 2 between the Latrobe Eagles and Willy Wonkas, or Willy's, Oompa Loompas, the University of Sydney boys, looking to try and even this series up 1-1, or will it be Latrobe taking it 2-0? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the season 2 or semester 2, week 1 of the CSGO for the Australian Esports Uni League, where you can catch us, or if you're looking for AEL Uni stuff and you think watching these players, you think, oh, I might actually want to become a CSGO player. Any of the sports that the AEL offer, you can go check those out on their website, ael.org.au. You can also find them on Twitter at Australian Esports League, and of course you can find us on Twitch here. This is of course the second of the AEL Uni Twitch ones. There's 3. There's AEL Uni or Australian Esports League. There's the first one, AEL Uni 2, AEL Uni 3, which shows all of their stuff as well. And you can also find them on Facebook at Australian Esports League. But Mr. 2SBS, we've done the map 1. We're getting ready to go into map 2 here on Vertigo, a map that has sort of started to get rolling a bit in the map pool. We saw it a couple of times last season, and we're seeing it straight away here in week 1. Any thoughts on the map in particular? Are you a fan of it, or is it more of a passing fade one? They need to bring Cobblestone back. Because personally, that's my thing. Bring back OG Cobble.
I mean, I miss OG Cobble as much as anyone. Don't get me wrong. But Vertigo definitely is one of those maps that has shown a lot of potential, especially around the pro circuit in the last year or so that it's been around in this pool, right? Where we've seen quite a lot of pro teams and quite a lot of teams in Australia as well be able to just kind of step it up and be able to just show quite a lot of potential, quite a lot of different strategies coming out in this map. We're definitely seeing it a lot as well towards the top end of the OCE circuit, where we're seeing a lot of teams be able to just come out and pick these up in other leagues, and where we've been able to see a lot of other teams play. But here in AEL, not quite as much that we've seen Vertigo amongst these uni teams, because a lot of amateur teams and a lot of teams at this kind of level where they're just stepping into it, there seems to be kind of the tend towards the classic maps. Like you see the Mirage, you see the Inferno, you see the Dust 2s coming out, you know, team maps that like everyone knows and have been played to death, right? Where the metas for those are very long evolved. So it's very interesting to see now that we're starting to see Vertigo come out as a pick among these teams, and starting to see how that starts to evolve. I'm very keen to see how this match goes, in particular between these two teams. We just saw map number 1 on the Mirage pick there, which was the Oompa Loompas pick, but it went the way of the Trobe Eagles, 16-10. Let's see how this map number 2 goes.
Getting straight into the action as the push through this mid side comes in. Willy Wonka picking up the first Jaffa. We'll get the trade immediately there, 4v4. Meanwhile, towards this short side, towards the A bit, it's going to be going up towards that ramp, and Small spotted out a couple. He's going to be put down though by Denathan, now 4v3. There's still one sort of sitting on towards the side here. He's hiding away here. He almost picks up LT there, but will be shut down for V2. Now Rory low on 11 HP as the bomb hasn't been planted yet. They're actually sort of just clearing out the B side. They're coming behind them. Denathan gets one. Monsani will be able to shut him down, but Jaffa is there to finish it off. And the Trobe guys just sort of all over the place there, and just cornered the rest of the Oompa Loompa boys and take them down. They get that first round and get that bye to start this second. And it's not how the Oompa Loompas would have wanted to be starting this map, especially after they just dropped their own.
Yeah. Oompa Loompas going to be just going for a quick mid aggression here. Just 5-man running out with the USPs. But then Nathan rather going to be on the other side, just spraying away. Mura will be able to take him out in the end. Oompa does a bit of damage to his teammate, but it's just all part of the call. Okay. Alright, Mura. Mura gonna jump to his death at the bottom of the ladder there, wishing that he just walked down instead, I think. But it is what it is. We've seen a couple of mishaps come out in this game so far, and that's certainly gonna be one of them there. But either way, the gun is gonna be taken away from Monsiani, who will be able to run back, hold on to it, albeit not for very long, as Majin comes swinging nice and fast with that Mac 10. Now Willy Wonka playing around with the P250, trying to just see if he can find a pick, do some more damage as that bomb will tick away. AK to be recovered by the Trobe Eagles, but Willy Wonka going to be completely and utterly surrounded. Earl going to be going for that pick and will find it. That's unfortunate for Mura.
That is, it's a highlight. It's probably not the highlight he was after, especially considering he got a nice 4K in the last map, but they're going to ask about the first week, and that's probably the only thing they're going to remember from this, unfortunately, is Latrobe pick up that second. Margin also keeping that Mac 10 on his side of the utility there's looking nice. The Oompa Loompas, though, will be able to at least buy into this round here, the 4 M4s. 3 of them being the silenced ones. The Jaffa, though, immediately putting down Mr. Wonka, and now Mura will be able to hold at least this push over towards Magic, but the rest of the boys heading over towards this B site now, and Jaffa with a second there, a lovely shot on Monsani, and Nathan takes down Rory as the flank starts to come in, and just running right over this mid side at the moment, just really holding the advantage. Oh, good Nathan. Well, you know what? He thought, I want to one-up Mura. I want to do something even better. So he falls off the entire map, and that is going to leave it in a 1v2 now as Basic get one onto Walking Small. I mean, Mura could just jump off the map now. It could be interesting. I mean, he's been one-upped here. He needs to, like, you know, jump off with a kill. That'd be perfect. Unfortunately, he's going to get shut down as he starts walking up those stairs. LT finishing off. And we are just off to a fantastic start here with Vertigo. This is...
I think the worst part is that I could see it coming. I could just see he was just inching off to the side, and I'm like, oh,
I was thinking, like, he knows he's there, right? He knows that if he goes off, he's not coming back. And apparently not. That's why they need to put more barriers up, I think, or some warning signs at least.
Yeah, two falling to death, 2 suicides in 2 rounds. That's got to be quite the accident report to come out here, out on Vertigo. But hey, this map, it is just one of the things that comes with it. Ooh. And one of the things is knowing where you can die from fall damage. 2 early picks coming out from the Oompa Loompas will open up this round for them. The Eagles able to get themselves that AK, as well as Rory is able to retreat back. Jaffa Cake's going to be pushing out over onto this B site, and will find their pick. Nathan also fighting one onto Walking Small. And now Rory is not quite going to be backing away with that AK. Instead, inching closer and closer towards it, will be able to find one, but LT right in the prime position for the trade. And the Trobe Eagles will be able to take their round number 4, but the Oompa Loompas will have quite the nice buy coming out, even able to get that double AWP up, which should be quite good for this map control here. Running the double AWP on Vertigo certainly is quite the interesting one. You can put one just posted up on towards the stairs and one over the A site, and well, Mura gonna go for that very quick pick and find it. Rory with one as well, as the buy seems to have paid off so far.
Trobe picks it with the AWP, make that a third. Mura looking very nice indeed with that AWP. Now 5v2 immediately, and Latrobe find themselves on the back foot very early into this 5th round. Push out from Mr. Nathan. He is going to be taken down by Small, and already a 1v5 in our margin. Not a lot they can do here. The bomb is down. Thinking about possibly pushing in towards me. They're going to pick up the first there on the Small. Rory, though, there for the trade, and a very nice hold there from the Oompa Loompas. They shut down that aggression that had sort of been happening towards that mid side. And they stopped that aggression going on towards the B side, especially those stairs. Yeah, I mean, Mura getting over there very quickly, getting that opening pick. And 4-1 now. The double AWP setup remains, as do a few more guns and a bit of utility here for the Oompa Loompas. Now they have a way to try and get themselves going in this first half of Vertigo.
Getting themselves going indeed here, as the Oompa Loompas try to do whatever they can to find more picks. The Trobe Eagles, meanwhile, just pulling more of a default here. Jaffa Cakes trying to find the off angle, but Oziani going to be too sharp. Nathan finds one back onto Mura, pushed up a bit close on that A short position. Walking Small now left on the side to try and defend as his teammates start to rotate in. That bomb getting dropped though over on that short position. No one quickly there to recover it, but Nathan able to find a second pick to even things back up into a 3-on-3. Players still going to be able to try and push up on that side, but the Oompa Loompas going to try and find a bit of control. Walking Small, getting in a prime position but unable to do any damage, and Willy Wonka will fall as well. Montiani and 1-on-3, down to 1-on-2, trying to find even more damage, and will be able to get it. And now Basic on 6 HP, going to get quickly naded, or a nade will go forward, but not going to land in the position that was anticipated. Basic now going to tap the bomb to try and bait out the peak, and it will work. Montiani falling right down. Nice try, but not going to be enough for the Trobe Eagles finding themselves around number 5.
Really good effort there from Montiani. Almost had that. The 6 HP versus 43, but that fake plant coming through there from Basic sells it off perfectly. And then just had that angle held as we move into round number 7 here. Still the double AWPs coming out. So they're still trying to keep aggressive towards mid. Rory getting up there. This time, no, Margin gets past him. Going to relay that information back. Rory going for the early peek down to there towards Ramp. Gets a lot of damage on towards Earl. Unfortunately, doesn't get the kill through. 4v5. Already Nathan, he's already up so far here. It's going to be interesting. Willy Wonka, he picks it, and Jaffa takes down Small as well. 5v2, and just like that, this round pretty much over. Rory with a nice shot there with the AWP, but still, there's a lot of those to come through if he wants to try and get them back into this one. Make that 3v2, giving them an opportunity here. Earl is quite low as well, so if that AWP continues to ring true, this could be definitely a round that they could pick up here, the Oompa Loompas, if they play their cards correctly.
Imagine going to be able to find that one though, and Rory going to be spotted out, just hiding around the corner with all these AKs facing him and playing up nice and close.
No.
He's going to go for the knife, but he's going to miss it. That scope will come out, and now Basic left in the one-on-one. That bomb going to tick away, but he'll fall down. Rory to find the ace, but not the defuse. That is unbelievable. But still, nonetheless, the Trobe Eagles taking it out in the end. What are we witnessing here?
That was very interesting. That kind of reminded me of the old simple knife, you know. Try and end it all with a knife, do it up towards, just go it up to a player. That almost backfired there for the Trobe Eagles. They can thank their lucky stars that Rory didn't have a hit on him. Oh, I say it as Mirror. Pushing up towards mid early. Gonna take down to Nathan. They're getting this round advantage here. Tiani also spawning out a couple towards the stairs over towards this B site. He's the only one sitting here at the moment. Latrobe, they lose that early advantage and now have to sort of consider where they want to head next.
We're just going to be on the other side of the smoke, and as it clears, we'll be able to get that easy spray onto Jaffa Cakes. Find another pick for the Oompa Loompas. Team that's definitely needed to get a fair bit of early damage done. Willy Wonka going to be caught out though as he goes for that kind of jiggle peek out over towards the ramp there. Now the Trobe Eagle is going to be mobilizing to hit this A side. Earl team able to get the bomb out. Walking Small will find one pick, but Ruri has to go absolutely huge there here. Mora going to be throwing a quick flash out, but not going to blind the planter. Just going to push through the smoke and we'll be able to catch one off guard. Now Imagine left in the 1-on-3. Mollied out. Will actually continue burning and have to drop. Mora certainly will hear that and has his crosshair right on position. That defuse coming in with plenty of time to spare. And the CT is able to take 2 AKs back out of it as well. Oompa Loompas now finally able to pick themselves up a second CT round after so many close calls here. As the Latrobe Eagles now down to basically pistols, with the exception of Basic, who was able to force up the AWP. And it seems like they're actually just going to be buying around that.
Yeah, they believe that they can get this round done with what they've got here. 2 Deagles, 2 Mac-10s, and the AWP. Already pushing out towards mid, and it's paying dividends at the moment. Earl will pick up Mura, make that a 4v5 as Montani is going to be caught out on towards the B side. Will be able to put down Jaffa, but now he's being turned around from mid. They're all jumping down towards him. That's the problem. You can have one person defending the B side, but you need to make sure that you can hold it well. Otherwise, that kind of stuff is going to happen there. We'll just go straight through the smoke. To Nathan holding on the other side, though, and Rory now aware that he's sitting in that position and has to wait until that fades away, or basically just look to save, and that's what they might do in the situation. He's trying to get away to Nathan, runs out of bullets, he's spamming him down, but Rory somehow still alive here with 12 HP, misses the AWP shot, and will finally put down by Nathan. Willy Wonka now will try and save this M4A1S, but yeah, unfortunately there for the Oompa Loompas. They lost the mid control early, and just absolutely set upon was Monsiani. And that's going to be round number 7. They have this 5-round advantage, and they're looking very good here on their own map pick.
Willy Wonka almost losing the M4 there, but Will manage to hold on, just staying up with 11 HP, just narrowly able to win that gunfight. But even still, Willy's Oompa Loompas not exactly looking in the best position. They are able to get themselves another buy-up, though, now going for that double AWP, which has worked out well for them in the past, but still having a bit of troubles with this CT side. Same sort of thing happening on that Mirage. Just seems like defending for them isn't quite working out at the moment, but we'll see if they can change that around. Rory able to find that one pick and hold on to that mid control. Laura going to try to go for the second, but Nathan going to be on the other side trying to hit the AWP shot. Will actually connect through the smoke and pushes through with the Glock to somehow trade his teammate out. 3 versus 4 as the Trobe Eagles try to get themselves back towards a site, able to recover that bomb. Montiani will drop it. Rory able to find one as well, and Jaffa Cake's now left in this 1 versus 4 situation. Will perhaps see Rory running up and be able to find that, but still going to be quite a difficult clutch.
The problem is here he doesn't have the bomb. 57 seconds. It's down towards that ramp side on 8. He does pick up the AWP. Possibly could look to save that, but still time here. 49 seconds. Walking small, poking it towards mid with that MP9. It's flash as well. Good beaking on out, and we'll finish it off. Jaffa going down. The AWP is retrieved. The 2 remains there for the Oompa Loompas. They get their 3rd on the board and looking really nice that round. That was where they they're figuring out how Latrobe are playing this, really going to get aggressive early through mid or any towards the sides, trying to get that early pick and then just sort of push through there. The Molotovs towards that mid-section really stopped the push, and then Rory was able to get up close and hold that angle. And there again, Mura trying it as well. He's going to take a lot of damage for it. Not getting anything in return as they start their push towards this B side here.
They're going to come forward, but not going to do a whole heap of damage. Nathan going to do a bit of damage on his own, though, onto Willy Wonka, just running all the way up on towards the ramp as his team starts to hit that B site. Just trying to cut off the rotate is his main objective. That bomb will be able to go down. We see Nathan take out Walking Small, and the remainder of the Angels just really all at once, kind of just getting wrapped up nice and quick. The Trobe Eagles able to stop any kind of retake attempt by just shutting it all down in the first place, taking out all of the CTs just like that, really. Nathan absolutely pulling off quite an impressive game, especially at the moment for the Trobe Eagles, going 16-9 with 154 ADR. Just looking to try and go for a bit more here. Imagine going for a huge amount of damage as well in the anti-eco. Will be wrapped up nice and easily. I like the attempt, and that's a fairly standard call to call, just, you know, pushing with the pistols like that, but running into all those AKs is just unfortunate. I think they were just hoping they'd catch one player off guard and be able to just back away.
I don't think Margin's complaining. A few eco frags, he'll take that any day of the week. Latrobe be taking the score at the moment, 9-3. As again, they try and get a few pushing through this midsection early. Nathan, he's been playing this lurk over towards the A side so well. He's not just playing for the info, he's getting all the kills he could ever imagine. Rory, though, holding up there towards that boost of that back towards B. He's going to get the first, but then Nathan, again, towards the A side, just playing this perfectly, walking small. Defending gallantly towards mid. 3v2, Mura goes down and out. It's just left on Margin, a nice flick from Rory. And takes him down, and the Oompa Loompas, 4-9. And you can just see from that one there, that ever since that sort of first 4 rounds, they've sort of steadied since then. It's been 5-4 in that regard. Picking up those first 4 rounds, they've just lost that sort of advantage. If they can try and get the last 2 here, make this a 6-9.5, they would be very, very happy with how things would have gone.
Definitely, that's a scoreline where they can catch things up in the pistol and, you know, really turn things around on their T side, but they need to be able to pull ahead with some damage, and they can always play early over towards A. We'll be able to trade back, though, and might even be able to stop this plant from going down. There it is. Laura jumping up on top of the box. We'll be able to find yet another kill, and CT is just able to shut this down pretty well completely. Bomb going to be dropped on the side. Jaffa Cake all the way behind. I think he was lurking back, trying to just cut off any kind of rotate, but now he's going to be having to rotate over towards this A site to try and get something done. Just over a minute left, so it is a bit of time, but he has to try and do something here, and it's going to be a difficult retake to go for, but still one that I think he's going to try and attempt. His CT's just wandering around, not sure of where this last player is, but trying to predict it. Some of them running back towards B. Jaffa's just waiting them out, actually. The corner will finally get taken as Mura goes for the push.
Yeah, playing time as much as he could there, Jaffa. He had quite a bit of it. Unfortunately, not able to find anything there as the Bombers 5 rounds as we go into this last, and the Trobe going to be a bit short on funds for guns. They've got a bit of utility. The Deagle, though, on Earl. Mac 10 on Margin. So they're a bit short there as Nathan already pushing up towards the side immediately up the ramp already. He's just been so aggressive towards here. This time Nomura is ready for it. He gets one. He might even pick up the second there. He does. Willy Wonka also picking up one as well. He almost kills off his own teammate, walking small. Just say, well, you got in my way, mate. You can't be getting in the way of my grenades. Otherwise, you're just going to be in trouble. Basic will be able to get a trade back there. And so does Jaffa. Just peeking into angles they probably didn't need to there. The Loompas, though, still holding the advantage. 3v2. Bomb is down. Rory in from behind. It's just, oh, that should have been a kill. Didn't quite come through. Does get the tag, so he's down to 14 there for Basic. But now they know where Rory's position is. He could be pushed on here. Will be able to finish off Basic with Jaffa with the trade back. 2v1. Bomb is still down. 57 seconds, so he's time to play with. And this sort of leaves the idea for the Oompa Loompas. Do they want to start rotating? Because they're thinking he might have the bomb. He gets the first one to Monsiami there. And now walking small left in the 1v1. 8 HP as well. And this really just comes down to whether Jaffa Cakes checks this angle. If he goes in, he might be good, but walking small, he's got it here. He sprays, he misses. No. Oh, that's absolutely tragic here. Jaffa knows where he is now, takes him down. Trobe get the 10th. Oh, so unfortunate there for walking small. I'm just checking. Yeah, the 120 ping doesn't really help in that situation, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, definitely not. That's got to be quite unfortunate whiffing that, but is what it is. A really nice clutch coming out. So 10-5 will be the scoreline as Denathan gonna find an opener over towards mid, going for some more. Finds a three, finds a four. He's gonna go for the ace. Unable to get it, but Jaffa Cakes will shut it down in an instant. The Trobe Eagles will wipe out the Oompa Loompas just like that in the blink of an eye. That's absolutely huge from Denathan. Oh my word.
Well, if the Oompa Loompas' morale wasn't destroyed from what just happened last round, Denathan's just absolutely grinded into the ground there. That is absolutely massive. They're going to try it again. The push through Denathan. He could get another 5 here if he's lucky. This time doesn't even get a single one. He's been converged on Willy. Wonka will shut him down. Jaffa Cakes watch towards his mid push now up towards that ramp bit. He gets one. Rory over the trade back. Jaffa with 3 now of his own. Walking small, trying to push in towards him. Will go down. Basic picks up Rory. And I mean, a bit of damage there from the Oompa Loompas. They'll take that, but already they've dropped the first 2 rounds of the second half. 5-12. The advantage continues to grow here for the Latrobe Eagles.
Can definitely see as well why they picked this map. Certainly showing up in full force here, it seems. They're quite familiar with what they're doing, quite familiar with how they're just playing together as a team here, and it certainly, at least early, seems to be adapting to their CT side as well. Basic going for a quick pick on that ramp. Will be able to get it with that narrow angle, and will be able to fall off. Imagine going to be around the corner on the other side. Tries to retreat, thinks he's safe from that smoke, but his legs will be peeking out, so he will be able... He will go down. Walking small, able to pick that one up. Willy Wonka watching from behind as he tries to clean up, but is unable to find any more damage. Now, the Oompa Loompas 4-3 with that man advantage. Minute 12 to work with as they're starting to make that rotate happen. Just calling the mid round, making the mid round call to go over towards this B site where Denathan will be waiting. Finds that opener, but Rory able to find one of his own. Jaffa Cake shutting down the lurk by Mura. And Nathan just absolutely showing up in full force yet again. Now Rory, another player that's shown to be quite strong in this matchup. Going to be left in the 1-on-2. Will be able to find it and grab the bomb. He's got 43 seconds to work with, so he can go pretty well anywhere. That nade not quite going to do anything from Jaffa Cakes. Instead, the rotate just coming all the way around towards this A site.
I was watching Jaffa just sort of jump around there, going from that spot where you just... Look, I trust that most of these guys can do the old jumps around they can get without falling, but considering what we've seen so far, it's been all over the place. Jaffa, meanwhile, pushing in. He gets past Rory's crosshair, but Rory, with that HP advantage, is able to flip back, get it done, and the Oompa Loompas get their 6th. They fight back in that first gun round of the second half, and keep themselves in this game. It means the Trobe Eagles, their economy kind of shot here. It's just going to be pistols pretty much across the board. Bit of body armor. In fact, full body armor for Jaffa. He's gone, and Nathan. So 2 of them, 3 have invested full money into this. Meanwhile, Basic and Earl keeping the cash, possibly looking maybe to get onto buying an AWP at some point later in the round. Jaffa holding towards that mid side, and Looked away at the wrong time there. Rory takes him down. Basic though will pick up Willy Wonka. So 4v4, they still manage to keep themselves around. And this one, Nathan, a lovely deagle shot. Nearly traded out there by Monsiani back towards this side here. Over on A. Alright though, just sort of back and forth. And finally those AKs and the guns starting to ring through. But still, LT left in a 1v2 situation. And still, left more than a minute on the clock. He does have an opportunity to get into this one.
Certainly does. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays it. Just waiting around the corner. More going to be able to go for that swing on him, though, and he will get taken out of it just like that. Trobe Eagles still in the lead, but the Oompa Loompas trying to close that gap as much as they can here. 12-7 is our scoreline, but the Oompa Loompas starting to kick things into gear as they've been able to get themselves a buy up. Now the Trobe Eagles having to just back off to these pistols, and they're just going to be running around towards this ramp position here. Shots being fired off. LT going to be pushing up over from the sideline position there from short. Just Cakes to find one, and LT picking up another as he just runs and guns it. Now some guns falling the wayside of the Trobe Eagles, but that bomb will be running all the way back over towards this B site where it should be able to go down without being stopped, although the rotate is quite quick here. Imagine being able to find that one. Ulti running in just like that, and Basics to clean it up in the end as the Oompa Loompas able to get that bomb plant down, but unable to shut down the eco round of the Latrobe Eagles.
That was just all pistol buy up there from Latrobe, and they did not lose a single member, and now find themselves with 5 AKs. All they need to do is reinvest in some body armor and utility. That bank is now absolutely enormous, and the Oompa Loompas, well, I mean, it's just one of those rounds, unfortunately, they really just couldn't give away there. They lose all of their weaponry. They don't take down a single CT. They at least get the bomb plant down, so they will be able to buy mostly for this round. But look at that, just one smoke on Rory. The rest is just it's all just guns. An MP7 on Monsiani, 2 MAC-10s and 2 AKs. And they just have to try and hope that the pushers come in here from Latrobe and they give them some kills.
Shots getting ringing out here as Rory able to find a pick onto Donation, but Basic will be able to strike back, taking out its teammate. Will try to go for a bit more, but will be denied as it falls away to cover. Meanwhile, Imagine up onto the B side, stopping the push as LT also rotates in to help him out. Now Rory left down to the 1-4. We'll be able to find that first pick. Able to find a second. He's on for the ace here if he's able to get it to work. The problem is that bomb being dropped up towards the stairs. Means that the CTs can effectively just play pretty chill here. Rory having no idea where these players are playing, has to figure out each of these angles. Will spot LT, but won't react in time to take him out as the Latrobe Eagles now find themselves on round number 14. And the Oompa Loompas with a tough decision here in regards to their buy. Do they force up now, or do they wait for the Latrobe Eagles to get to match point? It seems like now is going to be the call, but their util and weaponry is going to be rather limited by that decision.
Yep, they've gone all in here. They don't want to give them that 15th round. Although I might fall on deaf ears here for Latrobe. And Jeffo has got himself... Is that the... That's the M4... You know, I barely see that gun. I've completely forgotten that. I think it's the M45...
M249.
M249. That's the one. I know my CSGO. Yep. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Very traversed on the subject here is... Yep. The spam for that one coming through is so far. No one really deciding to pick down too much. Marura took a bit of damage before. 65 HP. They're pushing towards B starts and LT. He's going to pick 1, 2 there. He is just having the time of his life holding down that angle. Another one. Make that a third. Rory will be able to shut him down. And again, Rory, he's just trying to keep the Oompa Loompas in this as much as possible. He's 26 and 15. He gets a third there as well. An opportunity. Nose Margin's coming in behind. He thought he'd finished him off. Looks away. Margin puts him down 15-7. And now 8 map points here for Latrobe. And now they've got 2 of them. And a negative.
Rory.
And then
Yeah. I mean, Rory just showing up in full force in this series, absolutely just trying his best to do what he can for the Oompa Loompas, but unfortunately, just not all there for the team overall. The Trobe Eagles, meanwhile, just showing up in full force themselves, as they're going to be able to find these early picks. Really shut down this push here to Nathan. Able to find one on Tamura. Rory coming around the corner of the smoke, trying to do what they can, and Willy Wonka going to fall by the wayside in the very end. And that is going to be that. Trobe Eagles going to be taking out the second map in the second match here. 16-7. Close things out with a nice 2-0 as it goes for tonight's games. Absolutely massive performance coming out, especially in that second map where they were really just kind of in the driving seat that whole match. They were absolutely controlling the flow of the game. They were controlling the pace. They were controlling pretty well how everything went, both on their CT and T sides, and really just able to get in their opponents' heads in the end there. Really nice performance coming out, but of course, really nice as well from the Oompa Loompas, who showed quite a fair bit of promise, especially more so on Mirage, but unfortunately weren't able to close it out in the end. But very keen to see how both of these teams go throughout the season. As you said earlier, only week one, only their first round matchups, so very keen to see how the future goes for both of these teams. But that's going to be that one for tonight. That's going to tie up a nice little wrapping. Any thoughts, Haz? Anything else you've got to say?
Yeah, I mean, for the Oompa Loompas, considering Walking Small was going around with a 120 ping, I feel like we haven't seen their full potential in that regard. So they'll be disappointed with the results tonight, but they shouldn't feel too bad about it. Sort of playing with, I guess, maybe you could say about half a player in the end there. Ping sort of affecting Walking Small's ability, but doesn't put Latrobe's efforts into any doubt whatsoever. They were just the better team on the night, especially on Vertigo, their map pick there. They looked absolutely set. They had all of the stuff set up for them. I mean, Nathan to them was completely destroying with that lurk, especially on that T side in the first half, doing everything he could. And Rory as well for the side of the Oompa Loompas really put in a nice effort. But unfortunately for Willy Wonka and the boys, it's back to the drawing board. They go down in this first pick. But yeah, before we end off the night, I believe we need to go through the beautiful guys again that sponsor us. Would that be correct? Would I be right in that regard?
I do believe you'd be correct. Haz, we've got some very lovely companies to thank for helping put this show together. So let's just go through them all, give you a little taste of what they all have to offer. AOC for the best viewing experience. AOC is a global leader in monitor display technology. For more than 50 years, AOC has delivered an exceptional viewing experience to millions of loyal customers worldwide. Today, the company offers a wide selection of stylish monitors for home, office, or gaming. Definitely be sure to check them out, especially if you're still playing on that 60Hz monitor. It's time to get yourself an upgrade. Thanks to Chatime as well, the bubble tea sponsor, the bubble tea partner for the AEL University League. Fresh iced tea. Try the new range today at your local store. Chatime is the fastest growing iced tea franchise in Australia. There are over 120 Chatime tea breweries with a commitment to quality ingredients and mix-ins and a flair of innovative flavor combinations to brew nothing but the very best iced teas. Thanks also to Indomie, our noodle partner. Feed your game. Try out any of their flavors today. Indomie noodles are made from carefully selected ingredients, the best quality flour and fresh spices from the natural resources of Indonesia, giving it a unique and delicious taste. As a result of Indomie's success, their range has expanded to 14 different products. And thanks also to our headset partner, Rig, what it takes to win. Rig develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the Rig team and enhance your gaming experience. Thanks to all of our partners for helping put on this show tonight and helping make all this possible to deliver the best of these games and show off what all these uni teams have to offer. Always have to, be very thankful for our sponsors for really helping give these players a platform. I mean, that's what it's all about, giving these up-and-coming players who want, a chance to compete, a chance to show themselves a stage to perform on. And, well, we definitely saw a lot of that tonight with these teams just coming out, having a good bit of fun and showing off what they've got on offer.
Yeah, both these teams showing a lot of promise, and they'll be hoping to improve things as we head into week 2. Also, guys, if you need to see us, we will be back next week for week 2 games starting from Monday, I believe. There will be, of course, a selection of games that are casted over the week. Usually we have about 2 or 3. You can also find myself and Mr. 2BS and HazDaddySlim and As2BS on Twitter. You can also find us on Twitch there. If you want to pop by, of course, we might be doing something there. You never know. But guys, that is going to wrap up this one for tonight. 2S, thanks for joining me this evening. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll be together again, and hopefully you guys will be back next week. But for now, we are going to be heading off. Have a good one. Enjoy your lockdown, everyone. Apart from Western Australia, if you're any Western Australians there, bloody, oh well, good job for you guys. Rest of us are stuffed. Anyway.
Queensland out today.
I even better to say this man's enjoying himself.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful time to finally get back out.
I gotta love it. All right, guys. Everyone have a good one. We will catch you next time.